And welcome y'all. Welcome y'all. Black and the Berry presents the fucking news because the world's about to end. I don't know what else to really tell you. I know everybody's gonna be sitting there like, Dean, what are you talking about? You always over exaggerating, you always be ODing on stuff. Listen, it has absolutely gone down. And I've actually brought a good friend of mine, the good brother Jay, across the virtual screen from me. What's going on, my good brother?
Chilling like a villain, man.
On penicillin. I hear you, baby. I hear you doing. I hear you, baby, doing what you do what you do. So let's go ahead and get right on into it because it's not a lot of coverage on it right now because people are trying to figure out and get things in place. But I figure out we might as well update the people live. And guess what, people? Once I'm done here, you'll see me later tonight. Me and Zen are also going to be going live, giving you even more updates so we can continue on through this because this is a big issue that absolutely will affect America. You're asking what it is? Well, guess what? A Russian bomb has hit Poland. Yes, it has hit Poland land. It has hit a Poland farm. It has killed two Poles. That's what they call them, Poles. It has hit two Poles. It killed two Poles.
Yes, sir.
Now, this Polish, if from the outside looking in, we can assume that Russia did not do this on purpose because the town that got hit is right. It's a border town to the Ukraine. And Russia sent, I think, 85 missiles in that area. And one of them happened to slip or was whatever. Maybe, who knows? Was it, did the Ukraine potentially, try to use some aerial defense systems and maybe hit it in such a way that it did hit that NATO land, which we have heard all the NATO members, but especially President Biden stating that they will defend every inch of NATO land. Well, more than an inch was violated.
Yeah.
Now, hold on, my good brother, because let me just lay this out because I want to get your opinion on this because now that inch has been violated, there's different options for the people. And what I mean for the people is there are different options, for, the NATO, for Poland, because since Poland was the attacked member, it is now Poland's opportunity to kind of dictate and show what they want done, right? And we know Poland, and because Poland has been pretty vocal about they've been wanting a larger NATO presence, to handle all this because obviously they're right next to Ukraine, and then also too they have a very tense relationship with the Russians, aka the Polish people hate the fucking Russians. It is what it is. I'm just talking about on a larger scale. So now, since they're part of the NATO, for people who don't know what that is, that's the North Atlantic Trade. What is it? North Atlantic Trade Organization or some shit like that, basically. But it's a whole bunch of North Atlantic Council. But now you have the different articles. Now with Article 4 is basically of NATO, and this is what all of the NATO members basically have to agree and abide by. So with Article 4, it says Article 4 is generally considered the starting point for major NATO operations and therefore is intended for either emergencies or situations of urgency. It officially calls for consultation over military matters when the territorial integrity, political independence, or security of any of the parties is threatened. Upon its invocation, the issues is discussed in the North Atlantic Council and can formally lead into a joint discussion or action, logistic, military, or otherwise, on behalf of the alliance. It has been officially invoked 7 times in the alliance creations, right? One time in 2003 from Turkey, another time 2012 from Turkey, another time 2012 from Turkey. You have Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland has done it one more time when Russia decided to say that Crimea is ours. Turkey again in 2015, Turkey again in 2020. A whole bunch of those Baltic states in 2022 because of the Russian invasion. And then now it's stating that Poland is doing it now because of the missile impact. But we don't know that officially. We know that that is true because they are actually should have a meeting tomorrow. So yes, that is correct. It's updated really fast. Now, or another option that could also happen is Article 5. And Article 5 says the key section of the treaty is Article 5. Its commitment clause defines the causes fought, or whatever the fuck that is. It commits each member state to consider an armed attack against one member state in Europe or North America to be an armed attack against them all. Upon such attack, each member state is to assist by taking such action as the member state deems necessary, including the use of armed force to restore and maintain the security of the North Atlantic area. The article has only been invoked once, but considered a number of cases. And the time that it was invoked was in response to the 9/11 attacks on the United States soil. My good brother Jay, All that said, we know that Poland is going to be meeting with UN representatives tomorrow on Wednesday. You can't hear me? This whole time you had been able to hear me? Even from the beginning? A word I'm saying? What has happened that niggas can't hear me? You know what? Hold on, no player. Because is it you or is it me? Because now you gotta have me going on the goddamn YouTube machine. Hold on. All right, so the people can hear me. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna text you and then have you come back on in, and we're gonna get you out of here. So hold on. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna kick you out, and then we're gonna bring you back in. So hold on. Just do that. Boom. There we go. So we just let the good brother go real fast. You know what I mean? Letting him know what was going on. Hold on, I apologize, people, but this is what happens when you go live, baby. You know what I'm saying? All right. So now, while we're waiting for the good brother Jay to come on back in, while we're waiting on him to come on back in, there's a few things that I'm gonna get my points of thoughts off on this, right? Excuse me for the drink. So here is the issue, right? There is nothing good that's going to happen that can happen from this. And what I'm saying is there's nothing good that can happen from it because there has to be an appropriate response from NATO, because there's been a lot of rhetoric, unfortunately, them stating that, hey, any inch, any blade of grass, whatever the case it may be, you do anything, Russia, to do any of our members, you're going to get the full extension. You mean the full force of NATO. And I completely understand that and I agree, but this is about to be a fucking issue. This is about to be an issue. Was it even a planned attack, or was Russia doing it just to kind of see what NATO would do? NATO has to have an appropriate response, but what is an appropriate response? None of us want to go to World War III. So is it going to be them potentially enacting a no-fly zone over that area of the Ukraine? I believe it was eastern Ukraine. I believe that whole area, and kind of giving Poland a little bit more of a buffer zone, kind of sort of thing. Is that what is intended to happen, my good brother? And I know what you said that the audio went out when I brought up the article.
Yeah.
I think I know what happened, but you know what? Give me 1 second. Let me just. Okay. I think I know what happened with that, and I just want to test something out real fast. If it happened, we got to start this whole. Okay, no. So for some reason, something happened with you.
Okay, all right.
But the people were still able to hear it on here. That was
all right.
It's a good thing. All right, cool. No. But I think I know what I did. I think I didn't click share audio, which is my fault, which would have fucked that up for you. Completely my bad. My bad, people. Now, I just kind of did this whole diatribe while you were out coming back in because it was my fault and fucked you over. You know what I'm saying? Doing bad business. I was basically stating that there has to be an appropriate response to this, but no one wants World War III, at least in America. We're not fucking with it. Now, some of them, those European countries may feel a little bit different, especially those Baltic states. They may be like, no, fuck this, we got to do something now. And I completely understand that position that they have. But what I was saying, that there has to be an appropriate response, but what is an appropriate response? Is it enacting a no-fly zone over that eastern section of the Ukraine, kind of giving Poland a little bit of a buffer? Like, is it us actually putting boots to the ground saying, all right, motherfucker, we're going to do this? Or is it us just kind of being more overt with the assets that we have over there? When I say assets, I don't only mean technological and weapons assets. I also mean our human assets as well. What say you, brother Jay?
Well, I feel like it's a sticky situation because anything that we do, could be seen as an escalation of force. You know what I mean? Like, if we enact a no-fly zone, Russia could be like, well, who are you to say that we can't fly over this place that we're at war with? You know what I mean? And then they can see that as a form of aggression, and that could start a war. But I honestly think we're just in a sticky situation with all this, man. Like, I don't.
Right. Well, with that, you know what? With that said, right? Because you bring up a point, like Russia's just like, well, who gives a fuck, right? Like, I'm gonna still do it anyway. Type shit. Well, then doesn't that make NATO look weak double time twice? Because he's already violated, right? He's violated, and 2 people are dead. World War I was started over 1 death.
Yeah.
I think people need to realize this in the grand scheme of things. Like, this shit can get really fucking hairy. And then something else. There has been, and listen, people, if you're, listen to this now, even listen to it later, you're going to be hearing some of the same themes and shit. But right now, this is going to be a little bit fresh for y'all. We know that there's been a little bit of a power struggle over there in Russia.
Yeah.
For a few reasons. One, Putin is not as healthy as everyone has been led to believe all these years. He has cancer. He has been fighting it, going through it, ups and downs and shit like that. They even had to give him temporary control to, I think, like his second in command while he was in surgery, some crazy shit like that. So we know, now, even though his second in command is supposed to be his right-hand man, that we know that there has been some internal strife because we've been seeing individuals close to him die or their family members die. And we've also been seeing some of his staunch enemies die or be attempted to locked up, shit like that. Now, another thing too is when it comes down to the Russian nuclear sites, because this is a very important point, people. I have to bring this up. Those are run by the generals or the governors. I forget which one. I believe it's the generals. Those are like run by those motherfuckers, like that nuclear site. And they decide if they want to launch that nuke. Putin can say launch all the nukes, but that doesn't mean all those nukes are going to be launched. Like, for instance, with the United States, we, I guess it's within our defense mechanisms for the nukes. It's kind of like if we send one, we send all. So different from us, if they press the button, then everybody's fucking going. Versus over there in Russia, is that individual person, right? I forget if it's the general or the governor. I apologize, people. But with that, you think that that comes with a considerable amount of clout, because with a considerable amount of power as well, even within such a nation that is so top heavy in regards to power. Why is it not possible that NATO wouldn't just say we may be able to take out Putin? Because they tried to kill him. They did try to kill him a few months ago too. But they already talked about the failed assassination bomb and shit like that. Like, oh, was that no? Yeah, was that a few months ago? Was that like no? I think it was like this year. Within this year, they tried to kill him, but they failed. They fucked it up, and they had it too. So what's to say that NATO wouldn't be like, well, we could just go now? We got the reason to kill this motherfucker. What stops that? And then necessarily to do that, you don't have to necessarily be. It doesn't necessarily even have to be NATO members stepping on to the actual, like, making it a hot war. It could turn into like an aggressive, like, I guess warm war, but then for a while it's going to make NATO look pussy. Like, I don't know. It's optics too. That's the issue too, because motherfuckers don't care about optics.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, I feel like the whole thing with Poland, it really is a sticky situation because you want to respond, but at the same time, do you really want to respond? Like you said, nobody wants to start World War III, and nobody knows if the bomb being dropped in Poland was intentional or not. And, I mean, I feel like at this point they're
hold on.
Intentional,
I'll say this, and it's just a thought, people. Right? It's nothing. When we say intentional by who means, right? So what I mean by that is it some rogue party in fucking Russia who just said, yo, we're just going to send that shit over there because we're sick of this motherfucker? And then who fucking knows? Like, maybe it's like, oh, they do this and we got some black backdoor shit that we can fucking enact or whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah.
Before shit gets crazy, right? Is it that? Is it fucking goddamn the Ukraine? They like Ukraine's defense system, like they were sending 85 fucking bombs over here.
Yeah.
Like, what if we deflect one in a certain way that it hits fucking Poland? Like, would it not be in their best interest to do that? I mean, because now it puts everybody's metal. And once again, that's easily plausibly deniable as well. We just shot the defense system up, and it just so happened to hit this one like this, hit this one like this, like that. Just the shit they sent 85, right? That's very plausible. Could very much happen, right? Or was it a combination of maybe some of those Baltic states been looking for reasons, right? They've been really heavy on saying it should be a NATO response. The United States was in Poland specifically a few months ago, and President Biden was just stating that, like, how, you gotta, everybody has to respect Article 5. You gotta defend NATO land, do whatever the fucking case it may be. And now we're here. So was there some other shit to maybe pull motherfuckers into the war? Because you do got this whole inflation thing. The world economy is all over the place. And what makes and listen, what makes everybody money?
War makes everybody money, man.
So when you look at it like that, not to be conspiracy guys and people, but y'all know who the fuck y'all listen to. We're just thinking out loud.
Yeah.
But it, like, all of those are very plausible, right?
Yeah.
Or of course, it could be an accident where Russia was fucking doing calculations, and somehow, some way, their calculations were off well enough. Like, I don't know, because you motherfucking military motherfuckers be using clicks. I don't know how many clicks them 2 towns were away, but that's a lot of fucking clicks to be fucked up. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, bombs, they really have their own mind anyway. You send them off and they disregard their programming. You know what I mean?
So that does happen.
Yeah, it definitely does.
But that's many clicks away?
It's such a sticky situation because there's going to have to be such a huge investigation as to why this thing happened. Because nobody's really going to want the world to go to war over 2 people arguing. You know what I mean? Like, it's unfortunate. It really is. And Polo is a NATO affiliate. But I feel like you said, it's up to them too. It's up to Poland too. You know,
it's gonna definitely give them some more clout within these NATO meetings.
It really.
They're definitely gonna be walking around with a big dick now.
Really,
like, we'll turn this whole bitch out. What'd you say? Let me say what we want.
They're not going to be the one that drags the entire world into war over their hurt feelings. You know what I mean? So the investigation really falls onto them. They're going to have
every world war has been around these motherfuckers doing something. They always do something to start it.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers know. Like, but here's the thing, right? Like, no one wants a world war at all.
No,
not at all. What makes me nervous though is now looking at some of Russia's allies, what they're going to do, right? Because we know that they've created a brick system, right? So they're trying to create an alternative to the dollar. They're trying to create other, like China is trying to basically, come together with staunch individuals who want to fight this Western ideology, shit like that. So we know that there is a whole group of them. They even actually did some war games. I believe it was down in Venezuela. It was Russia, it was China, it was India, it was some of the Latin American nations, Cuba. There was a few different fucking nations that did some war games shit right in our fucking backyard, right? And then we know that there was actually a report that China is actually preparing for war, right? So and that war is going to be predecessed by, and I know I fucked that word up, but it's going to be basically ignited, obviously, with Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that's going to go, right? And so then you've heard what Biden said about Taiwan. We will defend Taiwan type shit. With this happening, is President Yi just not going on the phone right now to some of his generals like, yo, let's move up operation, bring the motherland back together. Mm-hmm. Fuck it, let's go. Is that happening?
It could.
When that happens, where's India really going to lie? Who are they going to really team with? Because it's funny because, India and China have a very tense relationship. China has fucked India a few different times. But I'm sorry. But what do you think?
Man, you're just bringing up some points I haven't thought of before, man. That really is scary to think that we could be pressed in from both sides like that.
Oh, 100, yeah. 100%.
There is nothing stopping them from doing that. I mean, I really, I don't even know how to counter that, man.
President.
Damn. Man.
Remember, President Yi took power in China for a 3rd term. Took the power, and then what did the nigga do? He escorted the last president up out of the chambers. Nigga tried to reach out to him. He was just, get the fuck off me.
Yeah. Tried to see what his next question
was. He looked at him. He was like, yo, have some respect and dignity. Get your ass off. All right, get up out of here. Other motherfuckers trying to get up. So China's not fucking like that. No one's fucking around. But the thing is, the good thing is that by all reports, alleged reports, and really what does that fucking mean? But hey, it starts to make sense of a lot of shit, right? So it has been known that the United States has changed its military operations and mindset with the mindset that we're going to have to fuck China up. Literally, we've created this whole new fucking Marine Corps unit, and these niggas have been, this is what they labeled them as: mobile, hostile, and agile enough to take out large fucking like super carriers and those fucking ships in the sea. They're like, we will fuck these niggas up. We have like a small team of niggas who can go over there and just fuck the whole shit up. Like that is what we're fucking training in the jungles of Hawaii and shit like that, trying to fucking like change the warfare and shit.
Yeah.
Now, reports of our military might versus China's military might has been predecessors off of the strategies that was done in Iraq and Afghanistan, which is not how we would fight them. Right? It would be more so kind of like what kind of happened in Vietnam, but we're gonna have to obviously fucking. We got a lot. We should have. I hope we learned a lot from that fucking ass kicking.
Yeah.
We got, but we know that the military strategies or the war games were shown, you know, basically with those battle strategies in mind, and it showed that they weren't really gonna have a military dominance over us until like 2040, 2050 ish. Right, but it was saying in 2035, by 2035, they will be considered like a complete, absolutely like military might like us. Where it's either way, we're at the point that's going to be bad, but we still do have an advantage, right? But with everything pressed, with that would be a lot of stress on our military to have to deal with a world war. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because China's going to get in it. They're not just gonna sit on the sideline. They're like, we're not gonna let y'all do this shit again. No. Or we're trying to sit back on the side. Like, no, there's no way they would have to help Russia. They would have to for their own. Like that would be in their own best interest, right?
I mean, they're already kind of you know playing the same side as Russia. So that's definitely where they're.
Well, see, here's the thing: China's playing the same side as Russia, but then China also be playing Russia. Like China is the ultimate. Like these niggas is shiesty. Like. And I'm talking about the nation, how they do their politics, because China's very good at like, we're not doing this, and you find out that they're fucking doing it. Like these are some very shiesty motherfuckers that run that fucking country. So I don't, and like every country is shiesty, right? But guess what? I'm from America, so fuck these other niggas. Like, so that's really what it comes down to. Like, I don't be giving a fuck. Like these, like listen, like I want our shiestiness to win. Sorry about it, not sorry about it. Now. We know that these motherfuckers are shiesty. They cannot be trusted the same way you're saying that our governments can't be fucking trusted. But they absolutely can't be trusted. So I don't really know what they will do because they're only going to do what's best for fucking China. You know what I'm saying? Because China's also seeing like what happens when the whole world currently like turns on you. So if it comes down to a NATO response, would China really want to fucking team up with Russia at that time? Or would it turn into China basically doing what the United States would do and more so sending some of their covert operatives over there to assist? Because something else too that I've read. Think about it. China, when's the last time China was in war? 1979? It was like in the 70s the last time China was actually like in some shit.
Are you asking? I don't know.
No. I'm just saying. There is no they don't their generals and military is very peaceful. These niggas don't know what it is. We have been fighting this whole fucking time, good, bad, or indifferent. Yeah. Our generals, our military, our men and our women know what it is. They don't. So what is that? When now it comes down to now, it's no longer your little fucking war games that your bitch ass motherfuckers been doing with India and fucking Russia. Like, yeah, you motherfuckers may have the largest fucking military, largest fucking navy, but guess what? That navy is not as technologically advanced and equipped as people like to assume. And yes, you do have the hypersonic missiles, and I don't want to underestimate that. But we do have some shit too as well. And guess what? You only have but so many of those fucking missiles. Let's not act. Let's not get crazy. And yes, you motherfuckers do have the power and the ability to do some real fucked up shit when it comes to, shutting down power grids, railroad systems, shit like that. But if you fuckers think that we don't have that same ability in your fucking house, suck my dick and die so. What do you think we've been doing over there in fucking Hong Kong this whole fucking time? You motherfuckers, before COVID was over there, you were about to go ahead and steamroll that bitch and take it over. You don't think we've had fucking operatives and motherfuckers flipping agents over there left and right? Suck my dick and die so. I just want everybody to fucking understand something. No. Stop fucking laughing. laughing. You making me laugh. I just want everybody to understand something. It's not just going to be fucking China bullying us. It's not just going to be Russia bullying us. We are the fuck you, man. We are the United States of fucking America. All right. So fucking grab your balls, cocksuckers, and let's fucking go. We don't want World War III, but you should fucking, I don't know, start doing some push-ups and running, motherfuckers. I know it's winter, but no one cares. It's cold over there in Russia. I think it's cold.
Yo. Hold on. I gotta back out for a second. Hold on.
Nah, you can laugh. It doesn't matter.
Oh shit.
Hold on, I got him. I put Josh off the screen while he comes back on. Hold on. You want me to take you off screen?
Yeah.
All right. So now listen here, people. I know it was, laughing, joking, funny games, and, it was kind of crazy. But it's the truth, and this is where we are. No one wants World War III. But unfortunately, the way that the world works, the way that things go in the world, you have to have some kind of you have to have an appropriate response to this action of Russia. What that is it a no-fly zone? Don't know. Is it us just sending? I don't really know how much you upgrade this shit that you're sending. Like, we're already sending these motherfuckers billions of dollars and all this equipment and tech, and the shit be going missing. Allegedly, the fucking shit's being funneled back in for the Democrats. Who fucking knows? Like, there's got to be something. There's got to be something that's going on. We're in a fucked up situation, people. It's only going to get weirder. Hold on. There's someone in here. There's someone in here. Appreciate you. Shout out to Gotti Beats. Appreciate you playing. But I really don't understand where it's going to go. But it just can't be good. It won't be good. But we gonna end it here, though. We're going to end it here because we're going to be back later with Zen Chaos. So we'll be seeing you with Zen Chaos at 9:30 tonight. Breaking it down even more. I am Dean. That was my good brother across from me in the virtual world, the virtual screen, the big dog Jay. Listen, peace, love, and chicken to you all. Hug your families, love your families, because who fucking knows after this? Peace out. Jeez.